So orgonite, while I do this for you guys, by the way, this is a 45 pound massive, ridiculous fucking orgonite pyramid. And I want to talk about orgonite because many people don't know what the hell it is. They see the coils I do, they see the fields. And so the orgonite, the weight and the immense pressure of the resin curing, you know when cement fucking cures? Well, all the quartz crystals are in here. So when those motherfuckers are squeezed, it produces piezoelectricity. And many electricians actually know the definitional term piezoelectricity. Essentially, those crystals release energy when they're fucking squeezed. And then the metals we put inside act as the minus sign. So, you know, like a car battery has a minus sign and a plus sign. Orgonite, its plus sign would be the quartz crystals, but they have to be squeezed. You can't have like quartz crystals and fucking Elmer's glue. They have to be squeezed. Now, when we put the metals inside, that acts as the ground. Any energy producing device needs a ground and a power tube. That's what orgonite is. And there's so much orgonite on the market, but a lot of those versions aren't made with a really good ground and a really good, you know, power source. So there's different grades of orgone. Mine just so happens to be Breaking Bad, you know, fucking Heisenberg style powerful. So I also want to talk about with you guys the timelinal effects of just having orgonite. We're not putting power into it. Orgonite is a free energy device because it's always squeezing those crystals. You don't have to plug it into the wall. So what happens when you put this within the vicinity, the home, yourself, your car, your off, just life, you'll notice a piezoelectric's uplifting stimulation of higher outcomes and timelines. So things will start going in your favor. People are nicer to you. One time I went into the gas station, I was like, this much money on pump 5. The chick's like, I got it. Cops will just pull you over and walk away, or not pull you over at all. You'll have extreme favor. You might get like a raise at work, and this isn't like a good luck charm. This is piezoelectricity stimulating you to higher timelines. So right now there's a timeline where you're poor and homeless. There's a timeline of every one of us that's actually a multimillionaire. Did you know every one of us in the multiverse is actually either homeless or like a multimillionaire, and then there's grades in between. So that's kind of what orgonite is. There's grades in between of its power level, of its efficiency. I went into orgonite as an automotive tech, so I was only in orgonite's a battery. Orgonite's a battery. Think of an oil filter that also cleans the oil in the block in the system as it circulates. Orgonite is a filter, but not for oil, but for Wi-Fi, PEMF, EMF, electrical radio frequencies, 5G towers. So it's like sticking a big oil filter in your goddamn living room that's purifying the 6 goddamn Gwen 5G towers by your house, the Wi-Fi, and all this we love. It's technology. We use it every day. Orgonite doesn't block the signals to the technology because they would stop working. Your phone would stop working, your internet would stop working, but it transmutes it through that ground process and through that plus sign process. So I figured I'd give you guys a little lecture because this isn't like crystal collecting new age spiritual bullshit. Orgonite is a battery. So when you produce it and cook it, there's more energy that's being birthed into that timeline than yet before because you weren't squeezing those fucking crystals yet. So, you know, you are taking energy and amplifying it through a piezoelectric process and adding a ground, which is the conductive metals. And if you know anything about, you know, anything, man, woman, negative, positive, sun, the moon, you see, it's everywhere, a car battery. So that's what this is. And we just so happen to put it in the pyramid form because that's much better than a 3D matrix cube. We've been in cubes and squares all of our lives. So when you make this energy and it works off of that recipe, it gets pretty profound. I've noticed keeps the cops away on the roads when you have it in the car. Oh, sleeping by this shit's incredible. Trust me on that. If you're looking for that next level, many people call it, I don't know. It's the next level, and it's there out there in the multiverse. You just have to tap into it. And over the years, I've been using orgonite alone to do that. But when it merged with PEMF, it got even more fucking insane. You could almost like literally control what frequency with this energy combined. Let's tell you guys some stories about what I've seen orgonite do. So orgonite purifies the matrix. The matrix runs off of EMFs. AI runs off of technology which produces electromagnetic fields. So when you put orgonite around AI and around this technology, it purifies its spirit, its essence, its electromagnetic field radiation. So I've seen it make cars literally have fewer breakdowns. It's like the car's operating in a higher timeline too. It's like the AI, it's like the matrix, it's like the piece of tech that's producing the very fields that we want to go to war with are just asking for a fair energy exchange. And by putting orgonite in the vicinity, you are correcting the coherent, energetic environment into that fair energy exchange. All of a sudden your Wi-Fi, the 5G, the cell phones becomes your friend. Why? Because you have a pyramid filter, you have an oil filter in your living room absorbing that through the minus sign, the ground, which conducts, any metal conducts, and then the plus sign, which is those fucking quartz crystals being squeezed like cement, producing piezoelectricity. Essentially, the resin squeezes with 12,000 psi, pounds of pressure on every single element we put in here. So you want to put metal, ground, you want to put quartz crystals, plus, and you want that fucking squeeze. And that's pretty much it. When you do that, the battery is created, you'll feel the energy, you'll feel the timeline uplifting effects.